hey, I got it right.
Oh, nice.
So it told me I figured out the A and the E were probably correct,
Right.
and now it's going in, and I'm logging into the computer. And then there's various things I can do. I can deactivate the turret, I can reconfigure it, and make it attack. Its friend or foe goes off, but I'm just going to deactivate it here.
And that opportunity would arise because of choices you made for your character.
Right,
but
so if I
Jess
have
or
the
I
right
can-
skill, I
Yeah.
can use the terminal, and then if the game becomes easier or harder, depending on your skill as well, but there's
Right.
first a check, can you even do it?
Right.
So that, you know, if you're just going to be a combat guy, you're going to miss out on those chances to use terminals and get through locked doors or take control of turrets or robots or things like that. So there are a lot of options other than just blasting your way through things.
Not that we frown on
Nice.
that at all.
There's a chance for the criticals with the laser rifle that it disintegrates people, but you can still loot their bodies even when they're ash just for fun. And so, like I was saying, the game is huge. If
Yeah,
you
we're
do
starting to
everything,
see-
you're looking at, you know, close to 100 hours of gameplay, and you can go right down there and ride the elevator right to the top of the Washington Monument.
Should go do that.
Yeah. You were mentioning
That'll
earlier,
take a little longer
Oh.
than I think we have today.
You were mentioning earlier that you kind of use that as a reference point for your exploration. You know, you just kind of see it and get oriented.
Yeah, the city can get pretty dense down there. Oh, crap. I can take some more stim packs. Here are some sentry bots. They're like these pre-war robots, these roving tanks that are out in the wasteland. I'm gonna switch to my missile launcher.
That'll
Got a
show 'em.
minigun on me. These guys are pretty tough.
Now, did you just aim them both at once?
I just aimed
that?
them. You can do multiple shots depending on how many action points you have.
Uh-huh.
He's done. Let me switch to some pulse grenades. These are like EMP blasts you can use on them. So you can use these in bats. And then these EMP blasts, the robots in the world are really, really weak to it.
You know, one difference we're seeing now is that your action points aren't draining and filling in real time. That only comes up when you go into VATS.
Yeah, we were talking about that earlier. In the original builds we had, just doing it in real time would drain your action points. And we found that that caused the game to be, you know, really prohibitive to playing in real time in any way whatsoever.
Right.
So we moved that where they come back in real time, and the only way they drain is when you use them in VATS. And here comes the Enclave.
That was
that
the-
iBot is a spotter for the Enclave, so it had spotted me and then called the vertibird in here, which is going to drop some troops off.
Is that the Pentagon over there?
That is the Pentagon. That's where the Brotherhood of Steel is held up. They're kind of the knights of this era.
Right.
Switching to my Fat Man here,
Nice.
which is the mini nuke launcher you can have. And these Enclave soldiers, guys are crippling me. Whoops. Let me take some stim packs. My arms are really messed up. There we go. She's kind of close. I don't want to. So here you see the Enclave soldiers, which is, you know, they're in the power armor from
Right.
Fallout 2. So there's a certain point of the game where they make their presence known to you and they're coming after you. Give these guys a blast. This is pretty handy for. Ooh, I think I got the car as
You're a
well.
little too close there, huh?
Whoa, 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 whoa. Back off. Take that.
No VATS needed on that one.
Oh, geez.
Oh,
And all the cars are going up. Yeah, so the Brotherhood of Steel is held up down there in the Pentagon. And so they won't let you in the beginning of the game. That's something that happens later.
Now, you mentioned the Enclave, the Raiders, the Brotherhood. The player's kind of free to choose their alliances to a certain extent. How can they get involved with these different groups, and in what different ways?
So a lot of those are in various towns and how you're going to deal with the people there. With the Brotherhood, you know, that and the Enclave, both of those factor into the main story. So that's sort of going to happen to you, and you need to react to those situations.
Right.
But you can be a good guy or a bad guy. Here, my drugs are wearing off right now. A good guy or a bad guy or anywhere in between. I'm actually going to blow myself up if you don't mind. You can use this on yourself. It's kind of
like
funny. You can bloody mess yourself.
Nice.
Sorry, I had so much health because I was
Still
cheating.
standing.
I'm kind of hacked for this demo so that it's harder to kill myself.
Right.
And so I'm actually not going to be killing myself right now.
Well, let's talk about the rad meter that comes up there. We've been seeing a lot
Yeah,
about
so you're
that.
taking radiation. So I'm not hacked enough to not take the radiation from this. And then in your Pip-Boy, you have a screen here where you can look at your conditions. So you see my my right arm is crippled. That hurts my aim.
Right.
And then radiation right here. So as that bar crosses one of the main lines, you're going to get negative effects to all of your skills. And you can see the various effects that are on me. the character I was using is currently an alcoholic, so you can get addicted to alcohol as well.
Right.
So he's currently going through alcohol withdrawal. And then I can actually, right here, my arm's crippled, so I can take my stim packs. Instead of using them my whole body, I can select individual body parts,
Right.
and then stick one right into my head, and then stick one right into my arm here, and uncripple myself.
And there were actually points in the game where you want to get rad, though. Like you can heal yourself by drinking out of the Potomac, right?
Right, so there are water sources in the game, and most of those have some sort of balance of health, how much
Right.
they're going to heal you, and then how much radiation you're going to take from them. And you
Okay.
kind of have to balance that throughout the game, so even though you have radiation here, you also have Radaway. So if I take some of that, you'll notice my radiation level going down.
Nice.
I also have Rad-X, which I can take, which makes me, I'm more resistant to radiation. So it's kind of this constant balance on the player. How much damage am I taking from being shot? What's the health? What's the health of my limbs? And how much radiation do I have? Because it's a very harsh world, and we want you to kind of always never feel like you're completely healthy.
Your booth has been pretty popular, and it seems like you've had a lot of people stopping by to play the game. I wonder if that's been instructive to you at all, or if you've found anything else.
It is. It's kind of fun in terms of seeing what everybody does, because everybody goes in the game and they go off in different directions. Well, there I died.
Congratulations.
Yeah, I'm really proud about killing myself. So you start the game in Vault 101, which is kind of in the middle of the map.
Right.
And then everybody plays and you see where they go in different directions. We kind of have things like the school nearby and the first town and what interests people.
Right.
And some people run off like, I want to go downtown. They just get their ass kicked
Right.
because the downtown area is very, very difficult, full of super mutants and things like that.
It's like LA.
And here we are in downtown LA. Are we safe?
I
Is this
think we're
okay?
I'll walk you home tonight, Steve.
Thanks, thank
no
you.
problem.
Yeah, so it's fun. We have about 8 setups in the booth, and just stand there and watch everybody play. You can look around, see all the monitors, and everybody's having a different experience.
Right.
And that feels really good to us because that's the best part of the game. Go do what you want. So, yeah.
That's great. Fantastic.
Well,
Thanks.
we're going a little slow on time, and we're almost done. Anything that you want to follow up with Steve, or anything that you have to share with us that we should know? I mean, this has been very in-depth, but...
It's coming out this fall on the 360, the PS3, and the PC. And we're really, really proud of the game. It's absolutely the most fun we've ever had making a game. If whatever demented thought you have, you can find a nook for it in a Fallout game.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
It looks absolutely excellent. And everyone else, make sure you stay tuned.